I feel like I have an unfair advantage because of what the work I do. So here at United Black Fund of Greater Cleveland, we're about supporting marginalized people, but in particular African Americans here in Northeast Ohio. With that being said, we have a lot of conversation about just black people in general and the diaspora and the black experience and how that's being impacted in other parts of the country, and that influence coming this way here in Cleveland, but in particular how we can influence positively the outcomes of other people so that we can be an example here. You know, so I wake up, go to bed, sleeping, dream about being black because we have the opportunity to improve the quality of life from generation to generation. I feel like I'm in a bridge generation, to be honest with you. I'm Gen X. To see the young professionals and just young people in general doing the work that they have set out to do. And so I'm very, very conscious about keeping the door open and not being a roadblock to them, but also establishing the baseline of truth, and morality, and professionalism, and excellence, expectations even. So I grew up in a beautiful home. I grew up, my parents are still married. My dad is like, we call him Black Gandhi. My mom was an accountant, a professional. And so that foundation gives me a sense of what is possible in terms of black love. So when I experience trauma, I see endurance. I see if you live in, you got the chance to change it. And I also see that choices and outcomes are intertwined. So we can respond aggressively to circumstances, we can respond peacefully to circumstances, or we can just sit back and watch and let things happen to us or around us. So I really am convinced that black people in America especially have a superpower that comes from the trauma and adversity that we have endured and that we have lived through and that we have gained power from. We just have to keep that from turning us negative. My mentor taught me, shout out to Rich Walker, my mentor taught me that no person's opinion about me is more important than my own opinion about myself. And so, I think about what others have done to me, and I just, let it roll off my back because my decisions about me are more important. So black excellence, let's talk about that real quick. Contrary to popular opinion, I do go to the barbershop and I get a little beard trim every now and then. And so when I'm in the shop and just having an everyday chat at the Black Man's Country Club, without title, I share in the conversations just like anybody else what is happening on social media and what is happening in the news and the press. And I try to leave any environment that I go to better than when I arrived. But I'm learning, humility comes with being in seats of power. And so I don't go into this barbershop thinking I know more than the barber. I don't go in the barbershop thinking that I know more than anybody. I don't go in the post office. I don't go anywhere, church, you name it, because we can learn through our lenses of life. And so I get educated every day by everyday people. I try to just take people for people and give as much as I take. It's not about me influencing as much as it is me being influenced in the world, but me making a change out of my growth, me changing the environments out of my growth. We have to be careful not to become overinflated in our view of self. So as we pursue excellence, we need not to create classism. We have to also monitor our ego, which can put any person in jeopardy of becoming useless. We also have to be very cautious that we're not trying to earn our way into other classes by producing the things that the world views as high class. Part of my role is to break us out of the box, to help us elevate so that each person can reach their spiritual potential, their ability to change the world, why they were born and why they walk this walk.